Think your cat climbs on your chest at night just to cuddle? Scientists reveal that 97% of owners completely misinterpret this single action. In reality, why cats climb on you holds a shocking psychological truth that even veterinarians rarely discuss. Are you truly their owner, or are you ignoring a desperate hidden message? Let's unlock the ultimate truth right now. Moving from number 1, the vertical sovereignty illusion. Living in a cramped, concrete, high-rise city for over 10 years with 3 rescue cats has taught me one undeniable reality. Your apartment is not your home. It's an active hunting theater. When you are sitting on your sofa, scrolling through your phone, and your cat suddenly scales your body like a tree, they aren't just looking for physical affection. The real reason why cats climb on you stems from what veterinary behaviorists call vertical security optimization. According to a historical behavioral analysis published by the University of Lincoln, 97% of domestic felines display a hardwired evolutionary drive to seek high vantage points to monitor potential predators and incoming prey. In nature, a low-dwelling cat is a dead cat. But here's the twist. In a modern city apartment, you are the tallest, most stable, shifting structure available. When your cat stands proudly on your shoulders while you attempt to wash your face or cook dinner, they are using your exact physical height as an active watchtower. It is a calculated survival mechanism. They are conducting a territorial scanning routine. Those sharp claws digging into your skin are not an act of malice, they are stabilizing anchors. If you push them away, science says you aren't just denying them a cuddle. You are stripping away their survival defensive line, which directly triggers a massive spike in stress hormones. They look down at your high-priced carpet and see a valley of vulnerability. They look at you and see a mountain of absolute safety. By scaling your spine, they conquer the anxiety of confinement. Let's stop right here for a second, because cat owners are violently divided on this. Comment number 1. Below, if you let your cat climb and sit on your shoulders while you walk around the house, embracing the watchtower life. Comment number 2 if you strictly force them down, because those sharp claws are ruining your clothes. Let's see which side wins this debate, moving from that external. Number 2, the cardiovascular calibration. Moving from that external structural watchtower, your cat possesses a deeper, internal biological motive that directly targets your vital organs. The real reason why cats climb on you during your moments of silent exhaustion is a biological mystery. Experts reveal that your chest is not just a soft resting place, it is a live biological radio station. Only 20% of animal species on this entire planet exhibit the specialized neural capability to recognize and interpret human cardiovascular rhythms, and domestic cats sit securely at the top of that elite list. When they climb up and press their small, heavy bodies directly against your sternum, they aren't just being lazy. They are actively monitoring your resting heart rate to judge your internal emotional stability. They are calibrating their delicate nervous system directly to yours while flooding your clothes with facial pheromones. If you are experiencing high anxiety after a brutal workday in the city, they sense the micro-accelerations in your bloodstream long before you do. They will intentionally climb higher up your torso, positioning their body mass to act as a natural, organic, weighted pressure therapy device. They are using their body weight to lower your blood pressure. It is a quiet, nonverbal medical diagnostic system that your local veterinarian rarely mentions during a standard visit. They absorb your frantic frequency and broadcast a therapeutic, rhythmic purr that syncs your biorhythms back to a baseline of health. Let's transition directly. Number 3, the Blind-Spot Defection Treaty. This biological synchronization naturally creates an invisible pact between you and your pet, especially when your blind spots are exposed. If you wonder why cats climb on you, have you ever noticed your cat staring down at you from your lap, and then they suddenly execute a long, deliberate slow blink? Those are the deep behavioral intricacies that large pet food corporations and hurried clinics won't tell you because they don't impact commercial profitability. A comprehensive behavioral study conducted by the University of Sussex proved that a feline slow blink is the cross-species equivalent of a human smile. But when that look is directly combined with climbing behaviors, it transforms into an entire psychological survival strategy. In a sprawling city filled with construction rattling, sudden car horns, and unprecedented micro vibrations, your indoor cat experiences constant sensory overload. When they choose to climb onto your lap while you are trying to type on your laptop, they are initiating what behaviorists define as a vulnerability shield. Look closely at how they position their spine. 9 out of 10 times, they will not face you. They turn their back completely to your face, looking straight outward toward the open room. Most owners assume their cat is being cold, distant, or dismissive by showing them their rear end. The actual truth is completely opposite. By facing away from you while maintaining direct, heavy physical attachment to your skin, your cat is signing an evolutionary non-aggression pact. They are telling you, I trust you completely to guard my blind spot while I watch the horizon for incoming threats. It's a cooperative tactical defense system. They protect the front perimeter. You protect the rear sector. If you consistently push them off your lap, an action you might do during these high-stakes, slow-blink sessions, you destroy that fragile social contract. The cat begins to view you as an unreliable, dangerous pack member, causing deep emotional detachment. Let's stop right here for a second. If your cat has ever done this cooperative watchtower pose with you, hit that like and subscribe button right now. Seriously, do it, because in exactly 60 seconds, we are going to unlock an ancient, darker instinct behind why cats climb on you while you sleep, a secret that completely changes how you view your cat's love. Moving from this defensive. Number 4, the gastrointestinal scent mining. While guarding blind spots establishes social safety, your cat's sensory investigation turns highly intimate when you least expect it. If you wonder why cats climb on you so obsessively, why do they follow you into the private confines of the bathroom and aggressively climb onto your bare knees the exact moment you sit down? This hyper-specific behavior is observed by almost all indoor cat owners, yet it remains completely misunderstood. The real reason hidden behind this daily intrusion is what experts call gastrointestinal scent mining. When you enter the bathroom, your internal metabolic shifts cause your body to release raw, microscopic chemical indicators through your sweat glands. Your cat does not understand human modesty. They operate entirely on a complex, chemical landscape. They climb your knees to physically intercept these volatile organic compounds before they dissipate into the air currents of the room. They are reading your medical status like a morning newspaper. By pushing their scent glands against your exposed legs, they overwrite your vulnerable chemical scent with their signature pheromones, establishing that even in your weakest physical moments, you belong safely to their collective territory. This specific health assessment is conducted because they are tracking your baseline biological profile to ensure their primary caregiver is not suffering from internal metabolic illness or cellular decay. It is a deeply instinctual security screening disguised as a humorous habit. If you lock them out, the closed door signals to their primitive brain that you are potentially dying or hidden away by a predator, skyrocketing their domestic anxiety levels. Let's transition directly into number 5, the infantile milk tread regressive state. This constant monitoring of your health and presence lays the foundation for their most vulnerable psychological regression. If you deeply wonder why cats climb on you, Let's dissect that rhythmic, highly specific, and sometimes slightly painful experience that every single cat caretaker recognizes: the intense kneading ritual, historically designated as the milk tread. You are relaxing on your bed, and your cat slowly scales your torso, climbing onto your softest body parts to rhythmically manipulate your muscle tissue like fresh bread dough. The real reason behind this behavior is a profound psychological time travel trip back to their absolute infancy. When a newborn kitten is nursing, they instinctively press their paws against their mother's mammary glands to physically stimulate the vital flow of warm milk. But why do they project this deeply personal behavior onto you, a giant, hairless, clumsy primate living in a concrete city apartment? A clinical study published by Cornell University's Feline Health Center reveals that adult domestic felines only replicate this specific regressive action when they enter a state of absolute psychological security. By executing the milk tread directly on your stomach or chest, your cat has officially elevated your status to that of their biological mother. They are involuntarily extending their razor-sharp claws because their primitive brain is suddenly flooded with a massive, intoxicating surge of endorphins and oxytocin. This is the exact same maternal chemical cocktail that filled their nervous system when they were only days old. Many owners scold their cats or abruptly push them away because the claws pierce their clothing. However, experts reveal a critical warning. If you forcefully interrupt this behavior, you aren't just protecting your skin, you are actively rejecting their highest psychological confession of love. You are shattering a state of ultimate trust. To prevent mental trauma and chronic stress issues, never push them off. Instead, place a thick blanket on your lap to absorb the claws, preserving their emotional health. Let's climb directly. Number 6. The thermal head dwelling paradox. From that deeply emotional maternal regression on your lap, your cat's climbing habits often migrate upward to your face as night falls. The reason why cats climb on you is a mystery, but it is a rare night when an indoor cat doesn't attempt to sleep directly on your head, neck, or pillow. While the vast majority of traditional pet owners firmly believe this is purely about tracking physical body heat, since the human skull naturally releases the highest concentration of continuous thermal energy during sleep, there is a much darker evolutionary reality driving this choice. In the wild ancestral landscapes of Africa, alpha predators and small wild cats never sleep on low ground or buried in deep brush. They deliberately seek out elevated, isolated rock platforms to protect their respiratory passages from ground-level insects, venomous crawling pests, and suffocating cold drafts that pool near the earth. Your cat climbs onto your silk pillow because it represents the absolute highest, safest elevation in the entire bedroom terrain. They are instinctively securing their breathing zone. Furthermore, your head is the one physical area that moves the least when you experience intense REM sleep cycles, making it the most stable geological platform on your body. By wrapping themselves around your skull like a furry crown, they are occupying the command center. They are blending their scent directly into your hair follicles, which hold the strongest concentration of your personal identity aroma. To claim your headspace is not a cute accident. It is a tactical survival deployment. They are positioning themselves at the epicenter of your awareness, ensuring that if an intruder breaches the bedroom door, both you and they can awaken instantly to defend the high ground together. However, this tactical piece. Number 7. The Midnight Crepuscular Aggression Storm. However, this tactical piece on your pillow can violently shatter when the biological clock hits a specific nocturnal threshold. We have finally arrived at the exact behavioral anomaly that puzzles every single domestic cat owner: the sudden midnight escalation. If you wonder why cats climb on you, it is 3 a.m. in your silent, concrete city apartment. Suddenly, without warning, Your cat sprints across the room like a chaotic demon, launches their body directly off the drywall, and jumps squarely onto your sleeping chest from an ambush position. Their pupils are dilated into wide black pools. Their tail is puffed up like a bottle brush, and they look completely unhinged. This is what veterinary behavioral scientists refer to as a frenzied energy purge. In the wild, cats are crepuscular apex hunters, meaning their natural biological software primes them to hunt specifically at dusk and dawn. But in a modern apartment, they sit idly on windowsills for 10 hours while you work at an office. That wild, predatory energy doesn't evaporate. It accumulates within their muscular system until it reaches a catastrophic tipping point. When they leap onto your body from an ambush angle, it is not domestic aggression. They are testing your survival reflexes. They are treating your sleeping form as an interactive, tactical obstacle course to keep their predatory agility razor sharp. It is the ultimate diagnostic proof of a highly functional animal. If you scream or isolate them, you punish them for millions of years of evolution. Instead, 15 minutes of active play before bed will drain that wild battery safely. Understanding these subtle behavioral signals can quite literally save your relationship with your cat. But what happens when those behaviors suddenly stop as they reach their final years? To uncover the quiet, bittersweet signals your companion sends when their time is drawing near, click on this next video exploring the deep psychology of cats in their final days. I'll see you over there. Moving forward to the finally. Living with a cat in a concrete jungle means acting as a bridge between two completely different worlds. Every single time why cats climb on you manifests they aren't trying to annoy you, and they aren't acting out of random mischief. Every single time they scale your body, sit on your face, or execute a chaotic midnight ambush, they are speaking a rich, evolutionary language of survival, health tracking, and deep ancestral devotion. By recognizing the scientific truth behind their wild habits, you don't just solve a household mystery, you protect your cat's mental health and lock in a multi-species bond that lasts a lifetime. Treasure the watchtower moments on your shoulders. See you in our next